Guys, I am completely intimidated by my pages today. I'm scared it won't work. I spent all day yesterday trying to figure it out. I still don't know if it'll work, but oh my goodness. It's I wanted to put what I want to do is, I saw in a December daily or a documented December or something like that, where they put an acetate page in their thing. But as you know, 90% of those are in a binder. So they can, just slip this in and it, there you go. Boom. I can't do that because it's got to hook to a page, because my pages are hooked in, and that's how that's got to work. So then I thought, well, I'll just make a single-sided clear shaker box, right? Like you put on a card or something. So you'd have a background and then your foam and acetate, and there's your shaker page. But then I thought, but I want to be able to see through it like they do on the December daily stuff. This has taken me on a ride. So I tried to figure out how to do it with the foam in it, like we do a normal shaker pocket. And that sort of worked, except for the fact that it's also got a bend to form to the book, because the book's not flat and it doesn't stay flat. It has a curve to it. This doesn't bend. It won't bend. So that's out. So I finally remembered that they had these little chipboard pieces in the Simple Stories Holly Jolly collection. And I thought, well, I had to make a decision on what I wanted more. Did I want it to shake more, or did I want it to be a window more? And so I went with the window. So what I did, and I did some of this ahead because, did I mention it took me all day to figure this out? Don't laugh. I know, everybody's sitting there going, well, why didn't you just do this, this, and this? Okay, so I put the chipboard pieces, they're stickers, in which, means down the road they'll just slide around. I put the chipboard pieces on an acetate. I put 1/8" scrappy tape around the edge of that, and then I adhered down a second. This has not been, I haven't opened this, so I can put the shaky bits in there. So then after I got the 1/8" down, I took the backer off of 3 sides and adhered down the one adhesive to the other, okay? Then I sewed around it using what is it called? The stitch that goes back and forth? Not cross stitch. Anyways, you can kind of, that stitch, okay? Because I figured that would give me more room to hook more adhesive to if it had more thread to hook it to. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's my plan. Now, how am I going to get the window in there? So that's how I figured I'd make the pocket, because it's bendable, okay? See, you can bend it. Hopefully, after all this is done, you can bend it. It doesn't have to fold, it has to curve. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So then I thought, well, it needs a frame because nobody wants to look at tape and stuff. And I have to make it a little stronger now, because what I want to do is I cut out 2 frames. So day 7 and day 8 are going to kind of blend together, because obviously you're going to see through it to the next day. So what I did is I cut out 2 frames, exactly the same. And my thought is that I will trace in here and cut this page out. Then I will take the shaker page, put the stuff in it, finish sewing, adhere the first frame to the shaker page, adhere that to the frame that we cut out, turn the page over, and hopefully everything will somewhat line up with the other side. That's the plan. Who thinks of this stuff? Why do I do this? Oh my gosh. And if there's an easier way, don't tell me now. It's going to be done. All right. So, let's finish this first. All right, let's make this shaker page. So again, adhesive on the inside, stitching on the outside. All of that will be covered by the frame. And then I went through all of my glittery bits and I found seed beads, sequins, little ginger, look at this. Look at where'd he go? Little gingerbread men. I have little candy canes. Red and white candy canes. There's gold stars. I just went through my stash, okay? Which is extensive when it comes to stuff that used to go in my nail art. But anyways, now we're going to put it in here somehow. Hold that thought. We need paper. Because y'all know that's going to go everywhere. I'm thinking I can just stick. I don't know, maybe I'm making this too hard. Okay, I'm making this too hard. Hold on. Let's just open it up.
It's 10:30.
Holy cow, that was loud. Ooh. And I know that some of it's going to be staticky because some of it I sprayed with a destaticer and some of it I didn't, so that it would stay up. Does that make sense? And woo, did that make a mess. Hold that thought. I got to clean it up. All right, close your ears. Here we go. So handy. All right, vacuum cleaner. Isn't it cute? I'm telling you, it's cool. All right, so everything is in. And see, some of them are staticky and some of them aren't. So that way I figured it would always have stuff everywhere. That's my theory. So now I got to get that. Y'all are laughing, aren't you? It's all right. I understand. I was too. I was in tears last night. Okay, not tears, but practically. I kept telling Dale, why am I doing this? Why? Because it was not cute. Okay, so we got it all in there. Now we're gonna sew over there. I'll be right back. And in case you're wondering, no, my sewing machine doesn't like it. I just have a really old Kenmore home sewing machine. It's got like 4 options. That's it. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. so then it's sewed all the way around, and I may have over added stuff, but I wanted it to be a shaker pocket, but I don't want to be able to actually see completely through because it's 2 different days. But what do you think? Stupid, right? Too many thingies in it. I don't care. This is what we're doing, y'all. This is how this is happening. It doesn't matter, right? Just have fun with it. Okay, so on the back, well, let's wait on that. I have matching stickers to put on the back so that you get it. All right. But I think we better see if this works first. Okay. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to hook this to the back and use it as the base. I was afraid I wouldn't have too much, and now I'm like, way to go. There's thinking Lincoln. That's just too much. Oh well, it's fun, right? It's fun. I don't have any 1/2-inch scrappy tape anymore. I need to order. So we haven't had hardly any snow, no rain, nothing, right? Sounds nice, right? So I ordered, well, Dale ordered, it doesn't matter who ordered. We ordered a new grow shelf for our kitchen because he stole mine to use out in his shop. And so it's supposed to come today. And it's trying to rain today, which no big deal, right? Shows up, bring it in the house, ready to go. Except for that it weighs over 100 pounds. Well, I'm in pretty good shape now. I mean, I don't run and I don't lift weights, but you know. But 100 pounds is a little beyond me for a 5-foot stretch because it's 5 feet by 2 foot by 2 foot. Today it's decided it's gonna rain and that box will have to sit out there. Well, it won't, because I'll just tear the box apart, but I don't want to tear the box apart. I just want to hoof it into the house. So I'm hoping I can find the 2-wheeler so I can at the very least I can get it on the 2-wheeler. I just don't know if I can hoof it up the steps to get it into the house. Luckily Joshua only works a few hours today, so hopefully he will be here before the FedEx guy is. Because here's the other thing. Then, see, my last one that I got was completely dented up because I have a 200-foot driveway and a 100-foot driveway, 70, 75, 80 feet, whatever, doesn't matter. I don't know why, but for some unknown reason, FedEx chooses to always come down the really long driveway, which it's not paved, it's gravel. And invariably, they try to hoof that thing down there instead of putting it on some kind of 2-wheeler. So this ought to be a rip-roaring train wreck today. Gotta go. How do I want to do this? Okay, it's got to match on the outside. All right, hold on. No talkie. Okay, that's not going to work either. Can we hold it down? Ugh. Stiff. That'll work. Okay. Nope, that won't work either. Oh, I'm too nervous. That's the problem. Hold on. Just bear with me. I need something heavy in the middle. So the problem is it's a frame. Oh my gosh, how complicated can this be? Okay, how about this? Put this back on the middle. That's where I'm struggling. There we go. Right? Oh, wait, now we're stuck to me. Oh, cat fight. So anyways, I thought it was funny that we haven't had any bad weather, and today we're supposed to have You gonna make it over there? All right, executive decision, I'm gluing it down. It's gonna fit, it's gonna work, it'll be all right. Oh my gosh, that was nerve-wracking. Well, it's as close as it's gonna get. That's just the way this little pupper's gonna roll. I'm so nervous I'm shaking. I just don't want to screw it up. Because in my head, this is such a good idea. Okay, it's a little off on the corner there, but you know what? Ignore it. It'll be all right. And this is that moment you hope that you skipped a page so that you can cut it out, because wouldn't that suck? Don't worry, I did. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even on the thing. But don't worry, I did. But I thought, for a moment there, these two pages were stuck together, and I thought, oh, geez, did I what? Okay. All right, I think that was the hardest part. I don't know. Who thinks this stuff up? But anyway, so hopefully my shelving unit will show up today, so I can get my lights hooked back up and my veggies going up there again. I have okra growing and cucumbers growing and tomatoes growing, and tatsoi and Napa cabbage, and what else do I have? Pak choi and a whole bunch of different lettuces, and I don't know, there's a bunch of stuff up there. So they need a home. Okay, so that's that. What did I do with the cutting mat. So anybody else trying to be brave with their journal this month? Well, it's done. No take back now. But I have a window, and it's in my book. All right. Okay. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. Let's put this over here. Wait a minute, I lost a D. I have all this space, but then I move it all in, because, yeah. All right. I'm not going to take the strings off until I've got the frame hooked on, because I want the glue to hook to it. All right, so the first one I'm going to put on this, and then I'm going to hook it to this, then hook it again. There's going to be a lot of adhesive, because I'm really paranoid this is not going to work. Like, it's not going to stay.
It's 10:45.
You know, I could just go turn the sound down. But it's 1.5, it's 5 feet over there, because apparently I'm lazy. You ever have one of those ideas that just sounds so good in your head, and then you try to implement and you're like, no, you cannot put a square peg in a round hole. And I'm like, yes, you can. You just put a smaller peg. But yeah. Okay, so that's one layer there, and then I'm going to put it on this too, just like I did the other one. This is the hardest part. The rest of it is kind of scrapbooky, I guess. But somebody's like, oh, you should always do it like this. Oh, heck no. Have you all noticed the struggle? Plus, these take a long time. Long time. Because of me. Other people are like, you know, if you'd have just whipped that through there and threw that in the thingy, you'd have been done. Yeah, I know. But I have to make it really complicated. Actually, the problem is that I like to see what I can do with the challenge of it being in a journal that's bound. Anybody can make an individual page that you can hook into a binder. But making these things work in a book that's already bound, and you can't add pages and you can't take away pages, because there's only enough pages for the months that I put in it. So you have to use those pages. And you can't add pages, because then it starts getting really thick. And so it's, you know, yeah. All right. So we're going to take the adhesive off of this. But yeah, I'm hoping that because zigzag. It's a zigzag stitch, right? The one that goes back and forth is a zigzag stitch. Can you tell I don't sew? Anyways, I figured that stitch would, first of all, it would allow me to sew through the acetate. Oh, I know what the question was. The question was, do I use a separate sewing machine for sewing and a separate sewing machine for crafts? Since I don't do a lot of sewing in my crafts and I don't do a lot of everyday sewing, I have one machine and that's it. Because I don't intend on doing a lot of either. So I'm not buying a new machine. Secondly, I just change the needles when I do when I do fabric. That way I have a fabric needle and a crafting needle. It's like scissors. You have paper needle scissors and fabric scissors. It's the same idea. All right, so now this is of course, oh no, it's not oriented, so it doesn't matter. All right, so we're gonna just start at the top. And what I'm gonna do is line up, nope, I'm gonna start on the side. All right, gray hair in the picture. Oh, look, isn't it cute? This doesn't work, I'm gonna be miffed. Because come on, that's cute. And it still rattles. We'll see if it still rattles. Oh, that's gonna be really annoying. When they unpack this tub of journals, they're gonna be like, what's that noise? All right, so what I gotta do is I gotta trim the acetate to match the frame. I'm shaking so bad. Isn't that terrible? And the motto, don't make a fool out of yourself. Don't make a fool out of yourself. Don't make a fool out of yourself is going through my head. Because you can only pre-make this stuff so much with limited supplies. It's not like I'm on a design team that gets, here's a whole bunch of stuff. Make something. So it's like if you screw it up, that's it. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Trying to think here. Now we've got to hook it to here. So I think what we'll do is we'll do it like the paper. Like it's just paper. And it's probably not going to fit perfect, but at this point, do we really care? I mean, it's the thought that counts, right? Yeah, so if I just line it up with this edge, it'll all go around. Do you see why it had to bend though? Because even that's puckering just a smidge. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Where's my gingerbread? Okay, he's up. Gotta remember, gingerbread and treat are directional. Okay, okay. So now we're gonna do the same thing on this side. Well, if nothing else, it's gonna be taped. Whew. Future generations, you better appreciate this. Your great-great-great-grandma Felicia was stressed out trying to make something for you to play with. Damn whippersnappers. Things we do for imaginary great-great-great-great-grandchildren. Right? No issues there. Sorry, I can't talk in function apparently. I could cut this out, but keeping it real. Like I said, I'm not on any design teams or anything. I just chat and hang out with you guys like we're crafted together. So, yeah. I figure that y'all are cleaning house or crafting, or you just need background noise like I do. Anyways, because nobody's looking at this for a tutorial. Because it's a train wreck. I don't know anybody would be dumb enough to do this in their journal, because this was a dumb idea. But I had to do it. It was a challenge. Oh, come on. What? Let go. Give it up. But I had to. Once I got it in my head that I had to see what it looked like, I had to do it. There was no going back. Apparently, I'm going to use the poke tool. I don't know why it's being cranky. Because it's really stuck. There we go. How to Kill a Roll of Adhesive by Felicia. First, come up with a really out there idea. And then tape the living heck out of it to make sure it stays there. All right. Okay, so this is the top. Strings. And what we want to do is we want to make sure these line up. And if it doesn't line up perfect, we're going to let it go. It's all right. Well, it's in there. I don't know if it's gonna stay stuck though. Well, it probably will if I press it, and which I will when I get done here. Is I'll just stick it under bondage and press it for a while so the adhesive gets. But it worked! Because I gotta cover this page. There's yesterday's. Today. Right? I'm a dork. Alright. So I'm gonna go press this so that adhesive stays together. And then I will be, well, for you, right back. Okay, so I let it sit for about 30 minutes. And I think it's gonna stick. It'll stick after the longer the book is closed, it'll stick even better, but for now that's gonna work. I should have put maybe some Fabri-Tac or something around it, and if it pops apart I will just do that. So it'll be fine. It'll be all right. All right, so now we need to actually do the days. So what my plan is that I needed a label for the date that I could double on the back side. So I did 2 of these, so I'll do it on the back. And then we're going to put the numbers in. And once again, I forgot to put the sticky on because that's how I roll. So we're going to glue it. Chilly today. Brr. I turned the stove off because it's like hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold in here. My room's hot. Grow room's hot. Everything else is cold. So I turn it off, and then now I'm cold. But that's the story of my life. One of the things about losing your polar bear insulation is that, wow, do I get cold now. But that's okay. I would rather be cold than 280 pounds overweight. 270, whatever. I don't know how much it was. I weigh 145 now. And at my highest, I was 427. So whatever that math is. But yeah, I don't have insulation anymore. Or much of it. And so I get cold, chilled. All right, so that's that side. And I just figured I was going to do just plain ones. Just don't get excited. Just, you know. There's enough decoration with the shaker pocket that we can let that go. So I was going to do like gold letters and stuff like that. Nope. But I've been having a lot of fun doing these December pages. But I know why I only do it once a year. They're a lot of work. I'll be glad to go back to my normal one. But I did have a thought. I bought that leather journal. I showed it a couple videos ago. Hold on. This one. And I was trying to think of what to do with it. And I'm kind of thinking, because I have like my quote art / journal that I'm just tinkering with stuff in. But I'm kind of thinking that journal, I want to find one of those, what do they call them? They're journal prompts, but they're about you. You know what I mean? It's not like talk about your slippers, you know, or whatever. It's like, I'm so glad I decided to talk about this since I can't remember what the stupid thing's called. Anyways, so that each page would be answering a question. And by the end of the book, it will be you know, what I think about all these questions. And so I'm thinking about doing something like that. I think that'd go with my Bygone Stories project really well, which I need to get my shit together and get working. Well, see, we were supposed to be like snowed in and not having much to do over the winter, and so I was going to get my Bygone Story journals going. And then a whole year went by because that I decided to do it in the spring, which was stupid. And so now we're, yeah. All right, so let me line this up here. Okay, so we have that, and we'll Fabri-Tac I don't have the main jar anymore. I think I'll just use tape, because if it doesn't work, I don't want it to be, I want to be able to fix it. And I don't know if glue will work. Will Fabri-Tac, because I know isn't Fabri-Tac and Beacon the same thing, basically, 3-in-1? And does it adhere to plastic? I don't have my little thing anymore, my jug of it. Oh well, we're going to do it this way, so it doesn't matter. This will work. But anyway, so that's my thinking on that leather journal, is to do something I don't know, that I don't have to take care of every single day. Does that make sense? Like I can just, today I have 10 extra minutes, so I'm going to answer a question. And, you know, that way I'm not held to a finish date. It could take me a day to finish the whole book. It could take me 10 years to finish the whole book. It's not so time specific, so that way I can work on other projects and not feel like I should be doing, because like with my Fauxbonichi, I feel like I have to do that every day. You have to keep up with that because every day is going by, which I'm fine. That's why I like it and stuff. But sometimes it would be nice to have a project to just, I don't know, poke at once in a while, you know? Well, it was what the Bygone Stories was supposed to be too. Hold on. These are not exact size dupes, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell from the back. No. Because they have a white outline, so yeah, that's my thinking on it. But yeah, so that way I just have a project to poke at it. The other thing is that I'm thinking, I don't know, there's a part of me that would like to change how I do my everyday Fauxbonichi journaling. I don't want to do it weekly, but I don't know on that either. So many decisions. And I'm such a Monday morning person. It's like, so if I change my mind, why don't I just change my mind whenever that happens? And I'm like, no, I have to plan it out to the nth degree of everything. Yeah. So I think it goes like that. Well, that's how it's going to go. I don't know. Are you like that? Is anybody else like that? Where you have, you know, if you don't have a plan from the beginning exactly the way you want it to go, you just don't do it? Because that's me. So we'll see how it all works out. But life is changing with Joshua working now, and I don't know. He doesn't need me anymore. Which is okay. I mean, he still needs me, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right, so that's finished and that's finished. But that's what I was kind of thinking about doing with that journal, is some kind of random thing, you know, and see how that goes. Okay, so here's the plan on this page. So I have this full sheet that I'm going to put like that, and then I have these two photos that I took. They're the same photo, but it's like 5 minutes apart, and the sky changed that quick. It was so pretty. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to make them into pockets because I have to have journaling somewhere. I was going to make them flip up, but it's too hard to make them flip up when you're towards the back of the book. It just doesn't work as well. So let's get this page adhered down. Just like we always do. This is going to be a long one, but it's also going to be 2 days worth. Maybe I'll edit some of it out. We'll see how it goes. But, I mean, you don't have to watch, and you can always fast forward. Problem is that I edit stuff out and then I get someone to go, so how did you do that one? And I had edited it out, so. Okay, so there's that page, and so we'll just go ahead and put the other side in because it's kind of the same fish. Do you have any big Christmas plans? I don't. We just don't do a lot of Christmas anymore. No particular reason. We just, I think that's what happens when your kids grow up and stuff. And you just, yeah. But I mean, nothing wrong with that. It just... no! And that's why I keep my fingers stuck in everything. Whew. Oh, I'm off. I told you I barely get them down straight, but it's, you know what, it's the way it's gonna go. I'm only off a little bit. I had another sheet of this snowflake that I could have done over here, but I didn't want to waste it because I want the back of it.
It's 11:45.
11:45. The back of it has something I want to cut out, so. But I still think that looks cute, right? Yeah. Okay. So, we're gonna do, and I figured minimal decorating because we got the shaker pocket. So we don't need to be crazy. So it's gonna be kind of scrapbooky. Plus, after the drama of putting that pocket thing together, I needed easy. That stressed me out. But hey, I got 2 pages done in one thing, right? That's what's most important. All right, so what I'm gonna do is on the back here, I'm gonna put this. I have pockets to put in here, or not pockets, tags, and that should leave it sticking out just about perfect. And then down the sides I'm going to put glue. because it holds better on this slick paper. If I was just putting it down on the white journal paper, I would just use tape because it sticks just fine. Okay, so it's going to be offset just a smidge. I'm trying to line here up. It doesn't matter, but that's what I'm trying to do. Because I have a tab to go, why is that getting me? I have a tag to go in it. All right. See that glue just, oh, nice stuff. All right, let's do the same thing on here. Woo. Keep it tight, keep it tight. But yeah, that's kind of what I thought about for doing that journal. And I'm going to take it apart because I can't work in it like it is. There's no way I can work in that book like that. So I'm going to take it apart. And that way I can play with the pages and do whatever I want with it. And then when I'm done, I will just buy some new leather and restring it. Wasn't that pretty? Okay, anyways, wow, I kind of got that on crooked, didn't I? Oh well, it's going down, babies. It's going down. That's how it's gonna work. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then on this side, I'm gonna do a little different because my photos are not the same size as the other side, but I want them to be on the same journaling size, photo mat size. So what I figured was I would just add some decoration and so when I get done here, I have to finish cleaning up the mess I made because even though it looks nice and tidy here, it's a kaboom all around it. Yeah. Nice part about when December's over is I get my craft room back, because if I put my crafting stuff away each time, I then don't use it. So I have to leave out all of the products that I want to use this month, or I will forget. Oh, I did it backwards. See? Luckily, I can just peel that off. Maybe we'll just glue it. See how that goes, right? Ah. I'm gonna make myself some lunch. I'm thinking noodle stir fry with shiitake mushrooms and onions And yeah, I think that sounds good. It's not fried, but that's what it is. Because I don't use oil. But it still tastes the same. Okay, so this one's going on top. And by then, it'll be time to go pick up Josh. And then we're having sushi for dinner. Because sushi all day, any day is my motto. We eat a lot of sushi. Because it's just so dang easy, you know? Rice, veggies, nori, roll it. Boom. Food. No thinking, no recipes. Just done. That glue worked pretty good. We'll see if it stays. Anybody else turn off all the news after the election? I only turned it on for the election. Now that the election's done, I turned it off. I don't care. I don't want to know. Unless it shows up on my doorstep. I don't want to hear about it. Don't do politics. Politics, religion, and talking to people about how to parent. My 3 no-no topics. I just don't. There we go. All right, so we'll let those dry. These over here should be dry already. And so we'll get the tags done for there. And then I had all these little scraps, so I thought I would decorate these up. Mostly because with my printing, I screwed up and I was too short. And so we're going to pretend that I wasn't, and nobody will know. So don't tell anybody. But so my thinking is that I'm just going to decorate a little bit, and then I'm going to go journal. And then I'll do photos. You'll get to see them at the end. And that's going to be that. So I'm just going to do this. I have little strips of scraps that I've had from previous pages, and I thought it was just a fun way to use it up. See? Cute, right? And then I punched out these tags from another piece of scrap paper that I cut the labels out of. And all that I'm going to do then is put them on the ends here. Kind of like that. Oh, wait. I want to cut the the corners off. And if I measured right, they should go in there. And I didn't, which is fixable. Oh! All right.
It's 12 o'clock.
It's 12 o'clock. It figures that I cut that wrong. I even measured it several times. Nope, still too long. That's all right. That's why we did it on the tags, right? It's real life, people. Real life. Maybe that. There we go. Going in. Of course, it doesn't help that I don't have this glued. I'm afraid to rip the thing up. But all right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these tags and I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got them all the right size now. It goes in. And I want it to just stick out of the pocket, just like that. Yay! Okay, well, you know, measure 4 times. And so I'm going to do this one here. To cover this printing whoopsie. Besides the fact, you can't get rid of pretty scraps, right? I mean, that would be wrong. But then I'm going to go check out your guys' videos and see what y'all are up to while I eat my lunch. I got most of my plant stuff done yesterday, so I don't have to worry about it today. My little baby okra and my baby cucumbers are doing so good. I hope the okra makes it. That would just be fun. They're supposed to be, I forgot what they're called. Baby Bubba hybrid something or other okra. So they're only supposed to get a couple feet tall. So I'm hoping that that's truth, and they will only get a couple feet tall so that I can keep them in the house. Otherwise, ta-da! Oops, sorry. We got a problem because the other okra that's out there gets like 6 feet tall, which is fine. I have more than 6 feet of a ceiling, but I don't have a way to hook grow lights to the ceiling. So yeah. All right. So let's just, there's my, and then my cucumbers are supposed to be short also. And then I got Tiny Tim tomatoes and Orange Hat tomatoes, which are supposed to be like a foot tall. They're snacker tomatoes. So they're supposed to be like a foot tall, 12 to 14 inches. So we'll see how they do. And then I've got lettuce. I got Napa cabbage coming up. It's the weirdest thing though, because it looks fuzzy like radish leaves. It's odd. So that should be interesting to see how that plant does. Although I believe it gets feet wide and feet tall before the part that we see in the store is only this big, but I think it's huge. But whatever. It'll be fun. It'll work or it won't. I got space. I'm good until I run out of power places to put stuff plugged in. Plugins. That's the word I was looking for. But not much to talk about today. I should have been better prepared. Look for a topic or something. I could tell you about the pages. Okay, so the sunset photos were what it looks like around here in the wintertime. We get the most beautiful sunsets ever. Beautiful sunrises too, but this body doesn't get up that early. And then on this side, that's probably what made me think about it. This is Dale and Joshua helping me move my starts into bigger pots. And so I start them in these little tiny 6 pans that are just little plugs. And then we move them into a 4x4x4 pot where most of them will stay for the rest of their lives until they're eaten. And then, I didn't plan that well, did I? I was going to do it this way. But like the tomatoes and the cucumbers and the okra will go into bigger pots from there. And because they obviously will get bigger, but the lettuce and stuff will stay in that size pot. And, oh, kiddo! Yee. 1 sec. Okay, and then this other picture is just Sophie. Sophie got to sleep on the back of my chair, and Benny was miffed, so he's sitting in the... he's sitting on my table that sits by my desk with his back to me, like, I no speak to you no more. I disown you. So that's what it is. But anyways, I'm going to go do the journal. There's going to be photo pages. I think I'm going to have to figure out a different glue for in here. That's okay. I will figure that out. And then I'll be back with photos. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you here. I hope I gave you a giggle today because, wow, was that stressful. And I will see you in the next pages because I don't have a plan for these pages yet, but it's nice and flat. I could do anything I wanted. Yay. All right, you guys, you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Thank you.